There started to be a disconnection over time. And that's when our inner critic always gets louder, right? I had these thoughts. I'm like, oh, wow, like, why are you not happy? You have everything. You've got the title, you've got the respect, you've got the rewards. Why wouldn't you be happy, right? People would die to be in your position. How come, right?
Thing wrong in saying I want more for myself. We need to give ourselves that permission to want more. You've turned 40 because you've been ticking all these boxes. Now I want more. I've ticked. Welcome to Her Own Narrative, the space where we hold our stories, where women come together, own their stories unapologetically and boldly, the space where we are authentic. Today, we have Jaspreet with us from Canada. Welcome, and I'm so happy to have you here, Jaspreet.
Thank you so much for having me, Neeti. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Oh, let's get started. Let's just get into it. So tell me who Jaspreet is.
Jaspreet is many things. She's a wife, she's a mother, she's a daughter-in-law, she's a sister-in-law. And then, above all, she is who she is. A girl, my inner child, still there. And I just keep looking forward to honoring my inner child of all her dreams and goals that I have had always.
Oh, so beyond those roles, there is a little girl who's got lots of dreams, goals, and ambitions. What is your biggest goal and ambition right now?
Oh, wow. I have been quite a journey. Have reinvented myself a few times. And for me, growth, I'm a lifelong learner, to be honest. And it's always about who do I want to become and what do I want to leave behind, right? Yes, absolutely. I want to build a legacy. And my family, my children, my grandchildren at some point would be part of it. But then also, what do I want to leave behind in the world, right? The impact, the connection, um, all of that matters to me. And so recently I have gotten on a journey, coaching journey, where I coach high achieving professional women to really step into their power and make bold moves as it comes to their life and their careers.
What made you get into this?
Oh, wow. A lot of things. um, I have had a very successful career, a very successful trajectory. Um, I landed at Microsoft the last 7 years. I was a sales executive at Microsoft. So I have had everything that makes you look successful on paper. And I loved it. I loved the growth, the opportunity, all the doors that opened for me. But over time, what I realized was as I was evolving, so was my purpose, right? And the role I was in started to feel like not for me anymore, right? There started to be a disconnection over time. And that's when our inner critic always gets louder, right? I had these thoughts. I'm like, oh, wow, like, why are you not happy? You have everything. You've got the title, you've got the respect, you've got the rewards. Why wouldn't you be happy, right? People would die to be in your position. How come, right? And my first response is like, oh yeah, like, no, you need to do better and be grateful for what you have. But the thing is, you can be grateful and still want more.
More. Yes,
And more. It's an and.
got it. Yes. Well,
I struggled through that to get to that place. And once it landed, it was like,
I'm sorry. I'm just going to interrupt you. I'm really, really, really sorry. Do you think it is because the world is going to tell you what? Why do you want more? And that becomes a little doubt in yourself that, am I okay to even ask for more?
Yes.
And I even have permission to have more and want more.
Exactly. Right? We have all been taught that life is linear and so is your career. You know, you grow up, you go to college or university, you finish school, you get a job, you get married, you buy a house, you have children, and then that's it. So I checked all the boxes, okay? And I'm like, now what?
What? I still am out.
Hey, I have been busy checking all my boxes in life, and here I am. Okay, this looks good. But I had only turned 40. I'm like, yeah, like I want to do more. I want to become more, right? As I pursue doing more. So that was, a bit, I call it, midlife awakening. People call it midlife crisis.
It is.
It is not
Why my jaw is hurting right now. I love it. You're becoming. And there is nothing wrong in saying, I want more for myself. We need to give ourselves that permission to want more. You turned 40 because you've been ticking all these boxes. Now I want more. I've ticked. That's done. Bring on the next chapter. Go on and tell me what the next chapter looking like.
Well, it's been quite a journey. So I left corporate worlds about a year ago, so December 2024. And here we are in November 2025, as we're recording this. And it's been quite a journey. Lots of ups and downs, absolutely. And it wasn't an easy decision for me by any means. I'm the only breadwinner or earner for my family. My husband has been a stay-home dad for the last 5 years, raising two beautiful children for us. So it had its, challenges. It has had it. But then at some point, you have to take that leap of faith in yourself. No one's going to do it for you.
Nope.
Right.
No one's going to say it.
And exactly. But who you marry also matters, because if they stand with you, together you become more, right?
Yep.
I always say this, like, as individuals, we are whole. We are not here to complete each other. As individuals, we are whole, but together, we are more.
Stronger. We have more. I love this of love. Say that once again. Say that once again.
As individuals, we are whole, but together we are more.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Because you know what, when people say meet my better half, I always question that. What do you mean better half?
Yeah.
I am a whole self myself. I don't have a better half, or I am not nobody's better half. But yes, we get better when we're together.
Yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, together we have been on this journey where I'm pursuing myself, and I have my own business now, a startup basically, and working with really amazing, talented women all across the world.
Okay, we're going to talk about the wins a little bit later. Yeah. Let's talk about the challenges, because everybody says, yeah, leap of faith. And, you left your career at the peak, I'm assuming, because, you're just getting there.
Yeah.
Got it all. And I am very fortunate being in this place. I speak to amazing women like you. Yeah. Because I see this day in and day out. But that's a very rose-tinted world I'm seeing, right? There is a whole lot of other world where women are not doing that. They are stuck. They are not, they're either in the corporate jobs and burnt out, or they're stay-at-home moms and they feel like they don't know anymore, or they don't know where to start.
Yeah.
What were the challenges for Jaspreet there when she said, you know what, I'm going to give up my big corporate career today to start something, and with the fear of unknown, I don't know if I'm going to get my first client.
Okay. I don't see career as linear, and there's no switch that you get to turn off or on, right? Late 2023 is when I realized that I wanted to become more. So I started searching for answers. And I even got certified as a high performance coach while working full time, because I really wanted to dig into what does it take for us to thrive beyond the surface, the neuroscience behind it. And that has led me on a path where I was so inspired to talk to more women and work with them. So I actually started coaching women while I was at Microsoft. So in the evenings or weekends, I would work with my dear clients. So I took about a year. I did not think that just a year later, I would be saying goodbye to my corporate career. I was giving myself grace, that, it would be a 5 to 10 year journey plan. Yes, how do I want my next decade to look like? But the more I did it, the more I worked with women, the more joy it brought me. The joy, the type of joy that no day job could actually give me. And I had a very fulfilling job. I had a high rewarding, very prestigious job, right? And the answer became apparent. The more I did it, the more I knew like I was splitting.
So the calling, yeah?
Yes, it was becoming more and more clear. Often people confuse clarity with certainty.
Yes.
We tend to wait for when we are 100% sure I can sustain this, I can do this, that's when I'll take the next step. No, clarity comes through taking action. I took the action that, hey, I want to do more. I don't know what it looks like. I did the work. I became a coach. I trained myself. I worked with my first 4 clients to see. I didn't quit my job on day 1, day 10, or day 100. I took the time. I did the due diligence. If it hadn't worked for me, that's okay. I would have kept going and trying on something else, right? Until I feel like, oh yeah, I am feeling the pull. But in my case, the pull was very clear, very clear. I would just light up working with my clients.
So
The
amazing.
work I do, like it was giving me energy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Clarity is not about certainty. Clarity is about action. And clarity is an iterative process. One step at a time, one piece at a time. And that itself accelerated my journey to switch. Take the leap. Was it easy? Absolutely not still. Right. I had not replaced my income. I was a high earner, high achiever. No, absolutely not. Right. In fact, even the business we have created, I have created this year, I have reinvested in myself. Because I know the more I invest in myself, the more I'm able to give. Yeah. It's not easy, but it's a conscious choice. It's a conscious decision.
I absolutely in awe, and I'm so, so, so honored to have you here today.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. It's just so nice to hear that women are actually listening to their calling as well, listening to what the purpose is. And you know what you said? That joy in doing what you're doing, that pull. And when you wake up and you think, wow, I'm about to create something else now. That is there is no value attached to it. You can't price it, can you? But at the same time, I understand. I understand a lot of women worry, a lot of women, and it's got reasons. We got to be like, you're the bread earner, you said. You left your job. You've got to replace the income. Unfortunately, we do have to pay the bills. We do have to get some income in. But what do you do at that point where you think, oh my gosh, am I going to be making this big financial blunder in my life? Or do I just listen to myself?
Yeah. So that's where I kind of shared my story. It's about a balance. It's not a switch. Think of it as a thermostat dial.
No, but then you know what you also said that you still you haven't replaced your income, right? And you're reinvesting it all in yourself. Yes, we've got a pot to keep carrying on with. Yeah. But where do you, when you work with women, how do you get them to get to that point?
So a lot of what gets in the way is ourselves. We get in our own way. Especially female psychology is so different. We are so risk averse as opposed to men.
100%.
Yes, sure. I planned my exit, had our savings to go through, and then some we have gone through, right? But at the end of the day, I know I have a lot of skills. I can still bring money to the table, but this is my mission right now that I'm grounded in. This is what I'm going to pursue. In pursuing this mission, I'm actually pursuing myself.
Lovely.
So yes, you don't like you can do two things. I still need to bring food to the table. Keep going. Maybe you can reduce, your work hours. If it's a full-time job, maybe you can go part-time. Whatever looks right for you. Like for the 1 full year, I was still in my role and I got certified and stood up my coaching business. I got my clients and I wasn't even on LinkedIn, like nothing, like getting up my social media, putting, because all of a sudden I was a business owner, I was a coach, I was a content creator, because in the online world, it's very different. But I thrive in those situations where I am growing exponentially. And it's hard. It's hard. But you pace it for yourself. As an example, I had an unforeseen circumstance happen this year. I was in a car crash. So was my son. So in the summer. And it has limited my ability to work full time, like big time.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. Like we can only plan for so much.
Yes.
You can only the only thing you can control is like how you show up. How you show up. That's a conscious decision. We didn't plan for that, but hey, it happened. So how are you going to go from there?
Very nice. Amazing. So Jaspreet, what is your mission now then?
It is to empower women, actually. And I'm very passionate about empowering women because of my background, which I'm happy to share as well. I came from a family in India where boys were prized. I was the first girl to actually have access to top education, first girl to make it to university. So I've never taken, anything for granted. If I say no one said to me that, hey, because you're the first one, you have to do this. But I always took it as my honor so that I can set the stage for all the girls who are to come.
Yeah.
Right? Behind me. So I've always been very passionate about empowering women because of that. Because I stand on the shoulders of certain people, certain role models, female role models that have got me here. And I want to pay it forward. So that really has helped me figure out, yes, this is my mission. I really want to empower women. And today it looks like coaching. So I have been doing one-on-one coaching. Yes, the how would evolve over time. But my what and my why is where I'm really grounded. That part is very clear to me.
That's very, very amazing. And I think what you said, it's about finding that, taking the first step. Clarity wasn't there. It's just you've got to go and then clarity will come. And it's taken you a while to get that clarity, right?
Yes. Even when I was in the corporate career at Microsoft, I have had 3 different roles, right? I came in the first role. I knew I wanted to progress, so I tried a second role. And I knew right away, this is not for me, right? And finally, the third role is where I spent 5 out of the 7 years. I thrived tremendously. So clarity also comes through disappointment. Clarity also comes through what we call failures, lessons, right? Clarity doesn't mean like, oh, it's certainty, like this is the path I'm going to be successful. When you get a no, that itself is a clarity. because that it became clear to me this is not the path I want to go. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying.
Very good. Yeah, interesting. So good. So, how when these women who are in high careers and what are they looking for? What do you usually find? Why are they? Is it the clarity they're looking for? Is it the happiness they're looking for? What is going on in the world?
Clarity for sure. And then also career progression. I work with high performing individual contributors who want to get into leadership management roles, but they're struggling. What happens is really behind the scenes, their identity has evolved, but they haven't caught up to it. Right. This is the biggest I want to say. Cultivating self-awareness is what's going to give you the clarity, like where you're headed, who you want to become, and make conscious decisions towards that. So when women come to me, either they're looking for promotions, or they're looking to switch industries or roles, or they're looking to pivot like I did. Or they have existing, I also have entrepreneurial women. They have their successful businesses. I have a client who's been very successful for 20 plus years, successful consulting company, and she wants to pivot in a certain direction. So what does that direction look like? What does that involve, right? We don't want to take the step that, hey, I want that thing because that thing is shiny and I should be doing it.
Yeah.
We want to take the next step that is aligned to who you are becoming. So that work is so powerful, but it can be messy. That's why you need the help. You need a sounding board who has done that, who's been there, and can coach you through the process of finding yourself, of pursuing yourself.
So, you know what you just said very interestingly that, all these high performing women, they're in their careers, they're probably at a place where they're probably plateaued, I'm assuming. And, it's like, okay, what next? Is it going and progression in the same company, going for another job, or starting your own?
Yeah.
But then you used something where identity is evolved.
Yeah.
Yes. How does that all relate back to the early years of being a woman, and how do you actually get them to say, okay, fine, I've snapped out of this and this is where I know this is the other work you do, but for somebody who's sitting there and watching this and listening to this episode and being in that stuck place, what is your message and how are you going to snap her out?
Our default reaction when we notice that, oh, something is off, when you start feeling something is off, I'm not happy anymore, little things bother me, you find yourself complaining a lot about your job or what you're doing, it's usually the reaction that comes out is something must be wrong with me. I'm expected to be here and be grateful, right? Like I went through that. I'm not immune to it. We are all human. But then taking the time to pause and really think. As humans, we are expected to evolve. It's in our DNA. Evolution is part of our DNA. Then why are we limiting ourselves with this notion that I have checked a box and this is it for me? Hey, if it is for you, great, if you're happy.
But you're not
Seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I was happy for a long time with what I was doing. I'm not saying that I wasn't happy or I wish I could go back and do this earlier. No, this journey had to unfold this way in order to get to where I am now. I had to go through the process. And I'm very appreciative of, 20-year-old Jaspreet, 30-year-old Jaspreet that took the time really and pursued herself, listened to herself, where she wanted to go next. And that it was her path, not that she thought it was supposed to be.
That's very, very, that's a big challenge though, isn't it? Trying to listen to yourself than what is expected of you. That is the biggest challenge. And great that, some of us can get over it, but some of us still are very, very, very stuck in daily lives. And, I want to do that, but it's not what I'm expected to do that. Yeah.
Yes. And yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's why you need external support, right? I call it building our tribe of people. So in my tribe, I have my loved ones, my absolute family, even if you have family members that you can't really connect with, it's up to you where you want to put them on your tribe or not. But I'm very mindful of who's part of my tribe. And my tribe keeps evolving too. Yes, I can't fire my, family members, and I don't want to. I'm not saying I want to. Setting aside, then I always make conscious effort to include people who are way ahead of me to be part of my tribe. Now, that can be, getting yourself mentors. I know it's not easy process. So I help my clients with that too. How to secure mentorship, how to find mentors, hiring coaches. I continue to invest in myself. Coaches should have coaches too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You
Yep.
see a doctor who doesn't have a doctor. So why would you have a coach who doesn't have a coach?
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So investing in yourself, building that tribe, consciously putting that always, always is going to help you because your tribe's job is not just to be your cheerleaders. Your tribe's job is to challenge you, to push you towards who you want to become.
I get it. I get it. And this is so interesting because earlier today when I was recording with someone else and we were talking about exactly the same thing that, in the world today, and my example was if your child comes to you and they're struggling with certain thing, you would create a massive support system to get your child support. But we women, when we are struggling, we don't want to say we're struggling because we want to have that picture perfect. And B, why are we shy of giving ourselves support system in the form of therapist, in the form of coaching, in the form of mentorship? Because why not? If I want more for myself, I need to give myself that structure and support system as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're financially candid, it's like stop with Kindle, like read. Invest in yourself,
Yeah.
right? There's so many ways to invest in yourself, to pursue yourself. If you can't afford, hiring a coach or getting professional help, read books, listen to podcasts such as this, and then make time to reflect. So here's the other thing. We live in such a speed world that I call. We're always on the go. Go, go, go. Even when we are home, we turn on TV, we are on our device. We have built this, we tend to build distractions around us because we are so afraid to be with ourselves. If you are feeling that, that's time to pause and really ask yourself, what is it? There's no shame in it. There's no shame. No. Ask yourself, what am I running away from?
Hmm.
Right? There's difference between running towards your goals and dreams and running away from something.
Yeah.
You want to know that.
Like if it's a weekend, you've got to keep doing certain things because you don't know what else to do with your time. If you're not busy, what else is going to happen?
Yeah.
Right?
Carving, yes, exactly. I love spending time with myself. I actually carve out time for solitude because solitude is not loneliness. They're two different things. You can be surrounded by thousands of people and still feel lonely, and you could be alone
And
practicing solitude and still not
be still can be wholesome, isn't it? Because you act in this place where you are being you and you're creating what you want to create. That's your time, isn't it? Yeah. So what is your message to a woman who is struggling right now and feeling very stuck? And you just said something very interesting that, listen to podcasts, read the books, and listen to podcasts like these as well, because it's not always about, giving X, Y, Z kind of steps. It's the stories that matter. Because Jaspreet is yet another girl next door. Nidhi is yet another girl next door. So why can't we be inspired from each other and also learn from each other's insecurities and be there as a support?
Yeah. Our stories share our experiences, and stories offer perspective to us. When we hear others' stories, we receive different perspective. Oh, wow, I hadn't thought of this like that, right? That's the whole notion of it. You have to look for it. So motivation is never going to come and find you. If you are feeling stuck in your life, in your career, motivation is not coming for you. You have to create that. And you do that by taking action, by conscious, aligned action. And the first step, the simplest first step, is to pause and carve out time, whether it's 15 minutes, 10 minutes starting. You can start with as short of a window. Just go for a 10-minute walk by yourself, no headphones, no music, no headphones, because you want to listen to yourself.
Yeah.
You want to listen to your thoughts. You want to be with you. Start practicing that and reflecting that, oh, what was the thought that came? What does feel not aligned anymore? And that's when you start asking yourself, okay, who could help me? How could I help myself? This is how you create clarity. You don't wake up one day with clarity.
No.
You create it one step at a time.
So good. Yep. One step at a time. Every single podcast, that's the key takeaway, girls. One step at a time, because all these women who are sitting here, they took that first step. Even the step on being present for this podcast as well. We are okay to share our stories. There is no shame. There is no taboo. There is no judgment. And if we don't share, how will we ever give another person the permission to share? And what you said was so interesting, because a lot of people sometimes, they say, what is the point of just listening to someone else's story? You know what I mean? And it's like, no, when you listen to someone's story, A, you feel you're not the only one. You get that support system instantly. And B, it gives you a different perspective, what you just touched upon. So it is so important to share stories, and it's overwhelming that, women around the world feel the same. I feel there is a whole tribe of women now. They're saying, let's thrive together.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you so much, Jaspreet. I am so, so, so honored and so happy that you were here today. And I feel you keep doing what you're doing and come back with a bang and tell us how the business is going, how's Jaspreet evolving, and what is she inspiring other women to do now.
I would love to.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.